What? Wait a minute. Did someone just steal? Who the hell is stealing our... Is that Yeti? Do I have to kick him out already?
Take him out, Yeti. Get him out.
Okay, so we'll talk about it in a moment. I am disgusted. If I could hear better, my ears weren't bleeding.
Please get culture to turn this shit down. Can't you do it yourself? Can't you work an editing program? Can't you turn this shit down on your own?
The quick answer, no.
Sorry, first,
I'm gonna kill somebody. I'm gonna kill him.
Do not do it on mine. I will lose my shit.
Oh my god, people are gonna die tonight.
Ooh, look at me. I'm Yeti. I come in and ruin everything.
Yeah, Yeti, this may be the last time.
Start that.
The boop boop badoo is our thing, bro. You're a guest.
Start it. There's other people in.
Oh my god, do we have to explain? Does he ever watch the show? Does he ever watch the show?
No, I watch entertaining things.
Okay, well that makes sense. That makes sense.
He tells me all the time. He's like, I don't watch streams unless I'm on them.
You need to have special guests is what you need to do, Scott.
Is it one of those things where, I don't know, like you watch it with a belt around your neck and watch yourself talk? All right. What is everyone doing? It is Wednesday night. It is the Wednesday before Christmas. It's Christmas Eve. This is The Dump. My name is Scott, and let's say hello to the panel. We're going to start with a dick. Somebody who Shanghaied. Is Shanghai the right word? Our opening. That would be Yeti Cast. He has a channel, I heard. Okay, thanks. And next we have one of the OG fourth waivers, one of my favorite people, a deep mofo, Immortal Coil.
What's happening, YouTube? Good to be on The Dump. Let's get this thing going.
Yes, sir.
I did it better.
Remember to wipe and wash.
Yeah, and then we have, he calls himself an author.
Hi, guys. How you doing? I'm here not to read stuff, thank God, because I'm terrible at that.
Well, I'm telling you that right now, if culture doesn't come in, you're reading.
I don't want to read.
Yeah,
Walton
you're reading.
Roofies. Sometimes you need to forget your mistakes.
And last but not least.
Why does Walton look like a recovering AIDS victim?
Well, that's something we might want to talk about. So how's everybody doing tonight? Let's see. You guys doing well? Getting ready for Christmas? Everybody happy?
Christmas?
It's like you can recover from.
I'm jolly and gay.
Well, I mean, I'm into the patriarchy, so the Christmas is it's where it's at.
What? Or Christmaka.
Well, yeah, Christmaka. Christmaka is that's next year, bro. We're doing it. We're getting sweaters. We're getting sweaters. We're getting sweaters for Christmaka because I don't know if you guys know, every Saturday night. Okay, so every once in a while on a Saturday night after the dump, we have the OC Bros breaking down episode by episode of the OC, one of the most important shows and dramas of our generations, multiple generations, right?
Dawson's Creek.
What, just like a gay thing?
I'm looking at the chat. Someone did the do because of fucking.
Yeti makes me sick. Okay, let's see who's in the chat. We got what about it's almost showtime. Yes, it is. Macklyn draws. He's saying almost showtime. Hail, happy holidays, my Wednesday dump family. Guys, make sure you guys subscribe to Macklyn. He is really pushing hard to 1,000, so let's help him out.
Pushing that dump hard. Help him get that past.
Yes.
Let's get him to 1,000 stuff. Share out links to his channel, please.
Absolutely. Guys. And we also have Darius. Right? Darius has a channel now, right?
Yeah. I just found it a few weeks ago. He's a great guy.
He's a member, so I'm gonna.
He's not actually Hans from Die Hard.
Are you sure?
No idea.
Really?
Are you sure?
Yeah. After hearing him, he's not Hans.
All right. Well, I mean, with a name like Darius Münchausen, you would expect him to be, I don't know, short, like night.
Oh yeah, I was assuming he was going to try to blow up a building for some bonds.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to say anything negative about him.
Yeah.
Wash your hands, wash your ass.
That is my Wiener Schnitzel. We got Brutal Morningwood, one of my favorite names of all time, and the lovely Tina Bojan is here as usual. She is one of the greatest mods out there. All the Spork mods, thank you guys for all the work you guys do, putting in links, taking care of bots, stuff like that. I really appreciate it. Who else do we got here? We got Keck44 is always showing up saying hello. Pope Metallicus the first. I want to say on Twitter you're the second, so it really messed up my brain. I got confused. I didn't know if this was like your child, like first and second. Anybody help me on that one?
Not difficult.
No, I'm a little slow. And the lovely Sherry, how are you?
Oh, Sherry.
All right. Parrot Head, Tree Humper.
What's up, Parrot Head? Thank you, sir.
Fire memes right there.
Yes, and make sure you keep an eye on your DMs because Parrot Head likes to send DMs with pictures during this, but I always forget to check.
I get so far behind too. Like I have so many I got to go look at.
Yeah, same here. Dr. Anonymous colleague. Yeah. Do. I like that. That's
Still
perfect.
convinced that's Mad's girlfriend. Still convinced. I have
Summer?
not seen evidence otherwise.
She's real.
Types in Canadian. Did you see that?
Oh, we discovered today, like like in Spanish, the way you say ha ha.
Spanish?
Spanish.
Okay.
Is ja ja ja. With
I
the
did
J
not know that.
instead of an H. Yeah, it's a real thing.
Okay.
Canadians is CA, so it's ka ka ka. Eh?
Ruben is sexy. I just want to let everyone know that. He's letting everyone know in the
No,
chat.
It was
Thank
funny
you.
on Street
We
Smarts,
do
but,
need to make that into a thing. Public service announcement. All Canadians have to laugh in ka 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 now.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Now, you ever see Strange Brew?
Oh yeah,
What's
yeah.
inside of you?
Yeah, would it be like
Canadian
coo? Dude, if you've never seen,
It's the Beatles.
Okay.
Dude.
yes,
It's
and
the Beatles?
Mad, you are the king of like random comedies and shows and movies. Strange Brew.
Yeah.
Like I found this here mouse and this here beer. Dude, please.
I don't know. It sounds big. I don't like
No.
big comedy.
It's amazing.
No, it back in the day when Canada was actually putting out good comedians.
Yeah, John Candy.
Yeah.
When
Hard,
was that?
hard to
Like-
believe given current talent, but there was
Yeah.
a time when they were putting out some of the best stuff.
I think it's
talk
Rick
about Uncle
Moranis.
Yeah, Rick Moranis
when was
is in there.
this in Canada that you put out great comedians like, hey, so we're trapping furs
Don't
here,
you
eh?
dare talk bad about Rick Moranis. I will find you.
Who are you talking to?
I don't know.
I was
You were
back
going
to the
somewhere.
1700s with the fur trappings.
You were going somewhere with Rick Moranis.
That guy too.
No,
I will not accept
I was
that.
telling the joke that I was trying to tell before other people interrupted with their dumb stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
well, let's not talk about
My
dumb stuff.
goodness.
Wookiee supremacy, Cody Guy,
Glad you're here.
Darth Scipio, the Time Prophet is here. Soul Assassin is always up in the house. And Ruben, yes, Ruben is present, so I appreciate Ruben as always. Mr.
And
Grant
sexy.
Gregory, hello, you sporking sporkaroonies and tree humper for $2, and it's Australian now. I've seen some footage of Australia today. Looks like shit's getting crazy in there. So,
Really?
yeah, dude, like crazy. If it's real footage, they've had enough in some of the major cities.
God bless
Crazy for Australia standards. Like not just
Yeah.
regular Australia where everything kills you. They
Crazy
took it
for
up a notch.
Chicago. Like it's crazy for Chicago. There he is, the Latino slant. I'm not afraid to say it. Canada sucks, and Yeti Cast sucks.
He's coming out
saying.
swinging.
Yeah.
Holy.
Yep.
Aren't you supposed to be cooking tortillas right now?
Wow, that was
Wow.
Si, senor. Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective for $5. Scotty, be careful of Walton's roofies. Don't let him get you. Now, could someone fill me in? What's going on with
I'd like to
Walton
know what's
roofies?
going on. I don't understand. What
When did this begin?
Walton roofies. Forget why your asshole hurts.
What?
Will your lawyer allow you to comment?
I don't.
He has the same lawyer as Giselle or Ghislaine.
I would trust Bill Cosby more around my drink than I would that guy.
Wow, that was good. That was good. Mr. Grant Gregory for another Canadian 5 says Matrix spoiler, binary, video game, Agent Morpheus, virtual reality, cucked Neo, and cat video post credit scene. Yes, I do agree with cucked Neo. We're going to talk about it a little later. I know
Nobody
you
gonna
kind
like-
of
Nobody
no, I
gonna
knew
like my
you
review.
enjoyed it. Oh,
Yeah,
you
nobody
enjoyed
gonna
it,
like my
right?
review then. Yeah. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Like
Well,
Yes, I did.
yeah. Well, cucky see
Actually,
cucks.
I might have to tender an edit to my intro for the Savage Show because I have that piece where Neo becomes the one, and shit, I ain't happy.
Well, now
you
he's
have to have it
0.5.
become
He's
the
0.5.
Yeah.
them.
He's
Yeah, you gotta become the dim.
they the one. They the one.
Hauser is analyzing.
They them.
Yeah.
That's, okay.
Yeah.
Data one.
I mean,
I called it before this happened. I knew they're going to end up doing
yeah,
that.
yeah,
you're
a
the
lot of
only
us did.
one.
And you know what? Yeah, he is. You know,
It's
I was
obvious.
shocked she didn't pull out her pocket and make him hold it. That's how close I was at one point. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait, kids.
That's a
For
She
those
kept
that-
it. Did she keep
the
it in
kids
the
that
jar?
Yes.
for those that don't get that is a prison reference.
That was definitely a prison reference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a deep cut. I'm
He has 2
impressed.
prison
Thank you.
wallets now.
Thank you. I spent one night in lockup once.
One night?
Yeah, I cried. It wasn't really lockup. It was actually like the town jail. Like I felt like I was
You're
in
a night mag.
Yeah. I was there overnight. Like, guys, I made a mistake, and they actually gave me a ride home. And I was like, "Can you turn on the
that's nice of
lights?"
them.
So
Yeah,
you cried enough for them.
Oh, I did cry. I think at one point, I'm like, "My life is over." I was
That's
pretty
why
hammered.
you need Walton's roofies.
Yeah. I would have just fell asleep. Well, and I'm going to give you this one to read. I think we're going to start with this. This is not once. If you haven't been on the or seen a dump before, a lot of times the description, we don't usually talk about most of that stuff. But this popped up, and I thought this was an important one to read because Mads is a huge James Franco fan.
I like
So-
Dave.
Yeah, no, James.
Oh, yeah, he's okay.
Yeah.
His
I always
face
had-
weirds me
Give me
out
a moment, I'll bring
sometimes.
it up.
You think Dave's face is less weird than Franco?
Yes.
Ja-
I like
wow.
Dave a lot more than James.
I think
Face-wise.
Dave is funnier.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. So does everybody know what happened with Franco?
Yeah, he was just a cool dude, man, trying to teach kids college and whatnot, and women be womening, and they accused him of things.
Yeah. So he got
They
wrapped
accused
up
him of
in,
being a Hollywood actor.
Yeah.
Like essentially.
like in his late 20s, early 30s, trying to get laid.
Getting laid. Yeah, you're not allowed to do that.
No, not anymore.
Yeah,
Not
not
anymore.
straight.
Yeah. So Eric K says, look at this magnificent panel. You know what, Eric K? Look at that magnificent mod. Okay. I love my mods. Like I haven't given you guys enough credit. Thank you for everything you guys do.
No problem.
You're not you. All right, Walton.
Alrighty.
Maybe you could blow it up a little bit so people could read along. I mean, know if
Control
you-
and then your scroll thingy. The
Yeah.
wheel.
I got it. Okay.
okay. That looks better.
Is that better? Okay.
Yeah, that's better.
You're welcome.
James Franco addresses sexual misconduct allegations, Seth Rogen's comments, and more in first interview in nearly 4 years.
He looks good though. He looks.
He
healthy.
does. He does. And can I say Seth Rogen? He is
a
the
shit.
worst friend. Like he might be one of the worst friends of all. Like I don't know if Sammy the Bull may have been a better friend to John Gotti than this mofo to Franco. Seriously, he threw him under the bus. But let's go on. Someone get that loveface.xyz, please.
I'm actually happy that happened to James because you want to talk about an eye opener. Not only do you get falsely matooed, but then your best friend, who what I mean, you've done everything, just
Dude, since they were
throws
kids.
the wolves. You're like, oh, okay, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. You want to talk about change your life kind of a moment.
Yeah.
Good for him.
I mean, so Mortal, during that like Me Too movement, pound Me Too.
Pound me too.
I'm sorry, hashtag Me Too. Well, we called it pound growing up. So pound Me Too. My question is this. There was guys who there were women that took advantage of it to try to strengthen their careers. Abrams. There's also, false allegations, but then there was actually real things that happened. I don't know enough about the Franco situation, but if you were a Hollywood star, you want to get laid?
Well, call me crazy, but there is a sort of competitiveness amongst hetero cis males, if that's what you want to call it.
Mhm.
And
I don't.
oftentimes status and or physical ability can determine whether or not your dick gets wet. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Good
And
looks,
then,
humor. Yep.
And then
Money.
it's this biological urge to pass on the genes. It's a real thing. That's science.
Yes.
We don't
Yes.
talk about that here, Immortal.
Yes.
Oh.
It's on YouTube, bro.
Sorry. I'm about to get tuck and rolled.
Yeah.
That's a different show, though.
And while we're talking about science, we got 33 people in the chat. Please, guys, first time here, please subscribe, hit that like button, and share out the link. All right, Walton, start reading.
Okay. Thank you for the holidays right next to the pride flag. That's great. James Franco is finally ready to share his side of the story in an in-depth interview with Sirius XM's Jess Kegel.
Is it Kegel?
Kegel.
I'm going with Kegel.
Okay, Kegel.
Fly like a Kegel into the future.
Fly like a
And now
Kegel.
he's been accused of another sexual allegation.
In the interview, in his first in nearly 4 years, Franco confronts the sexual misconduct allegations detailed in the Los Angeles Times in 2018, and subsequently in the 2019 lawsuit regarding his acting school. Franco begins by explaining why he's speaking out now. In 2018, there were some complaints about me in an article about me, and at the moment, I just thought I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to pause. It did not seem like it was the right time to say anything. He says, if you can say whatever that was. There were people that were upset.
This is the author reading, everybody.
But look at that sentence. I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to pause.
Words are your life, sir.
Yeah, just read it, man. Just read what he has.
I'm sure
go
it was
with
different
from your
when
heart.
he said it. Yeah.
And if Culture's out there, where the hell are you?
Please, Culture. As Franco explains, the natural human instinct is just to make it stop. You just want to get out in front of it, whatever it is, and do what you do. Apologize, get it done. But what it doesn't do is allow you to do the work, to look at what was underneath, like whatever you did. There's probably an iceberg underneath that of behavior, of patterning, of just being blind to yourself that isn't going to just be solved overnight.
Okay, let's pause.
Thank you.
Hi, Culture.
Hello.
How are you, buddy?
I'm blinded.
Walton's struggling here, man.
I'm just happy. Yeah, Walton's struggling, but I'm just glad you're here.
Oh, all right. Well,
How are you an author?
Yeah,
Like, that's in your title.
I get that. Did you see the way this dude speaks? No, I'll read it.
Like
I'm
a bro.
gonna
It's like a bro.
finish what I started, Culture. I'm gonna do this. I'm a man. I can do it.
I mean, an author would be able to get into the head of a character. If this is the way the character speaks,
this is the
the
head of a
author would be
Well,
able
that's
to.
why he writes
Brush my hair real
nonfiction.
quick.
Is that worse?
This is the perfect super sticker. Darius Münchausen with his popcorn for $149. Thank you, sir. And we also got Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective with another one, and he has pretty much the rock and roll. What's up? That's what I'm going with. If I can find it, there it is. Thank you, brother. Tommy, you're always one of the best. So what he's saying here is he is bending the knee. Is that what I'm getting?
He's apologizing.
He is apologizing.
Male.
Right. Like, I don't know the allegations, so I don't know how terrible they were. But from what I saw of some of them, it seemed like he was like, hey, I'm an actor. I could probably help you get a role. Want to hook up?
Oh, talking about Franco?
Yeah.
Oh,
Culture,
yeah.
could you bring up the list of allegations if you have them?
Yeah.
Wasn't more of the
Why?
issue he was teaching the class, so he's the teacher, and then you got a bunch of young women trying to learn how
It's
to
the
act.
power dynamic. And
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Is he still teaching this? He's still in it right as we speak. Isn't he talking?
He actually still
Professor
teaching?
on the casting couch with the chalkboard behind him.
Scroll back up, Walton. Yeah, the chalkboard behind him with just where is he giving this interview from?
He's giving it to some Kegel, Jess Kegel on Sirius XM.
Lawsuit targeting his. I thought he was at the acting school. Okay.
Kegels are some really that ladies do those. From what I
Yeah.
remember.
Well, she writes really tight.
Is
Or
Jess
he,
a-
or he,
is
them.
that a girl Kegel? Or
Well, we'll just say them.
Okay.
Okay. Why don't we read on and see what else he, says.
All right.
Yeah, so we go all the way back to the allegations start back in 2014 with a Scottish teenager, then 17, who had a very raunchy exchange with the actor despite revealing her age as 17 at the time. Since then, he's been involved in at least 3 different accusations. In 2018, the LA Times revealed 5 women who accused the actor of sexual harassment, their time either as the actor's student and or mentor back when he was running that, act thing.
You're breaking up.
Yeah, you're having some internet issues, buddy.
We appreciate that, Culture.
Man.
I thought I'd draw the pillow.
So right now, obviously this story is telling you about the settlement, right?
He's just we're trying to find out what he's like, why he's speaking now. I guess he feels like settling it now. He could say,
yeah,
well,
he's
that's
paying
usually
off.
how it works. Yeah,
He's paying off those the 5 students, right? Or at least 2 of them that are specific named. And let's see.
Let's just make one distinction. Settling a court case does not mean you are guilty. It means you just settled it so it doesn't go into court, which is sometimes easier for people because it'll be cheaper in the long run.
I mean, sometimes easier, but it to the court of public opinion, it does look like a guilty verdict.
Absolutely.
So,
and Yeti,
fuck off.
Well, and Yeti, like, think about it this way. Court of public opinion started if this was one of the first cases and he was like, you know what, I'm just going to settle. He knew, because this has happened to multiple guys. If you settle, that is your admission of guilt.
Passive guilt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's how they treat you. Hey, master of the TDS. We're gonna have them on at some point. At least the man, because I know how.
You know how the women folk be.
Well, I know how Mads feels about women.
Why are you doing it that way?
I know I went the wrong way. All right, so let's read the rest of what his statement is.
All right. Here we go. So I've just been doing a lot of work, and I guess I'm pretty confident in saying 4 years, and I was in recovery before for substance abuse, and oh God, there were some issues that I had to deal with, and it was also related to addiction. And
it's being wishy-washy.
I know. And so I've really used my recovery background to kind of start examining this and changing who I was. Franco was revealed that he's battling sex addiction and has been in recovery since 2016.
So being a famous male, you're battling being a famous male. That's
right. I'm wondering how many guys in the Rat Pack would have had sex addiction.
This goes back a long ways. I mean, this goes way back to the show Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah.
The actress Busy Phillips actually made some assault allegations against him way back then. I guess that when she was acting with him in that show. And it's pretty odd. I mean, there's a lot of these.
When did the accusation come out for that one? Was it recently, as soon as Me Too happened, or was this at the time?
Well, going back a ways, 2018 is when Busy Phillips brought that to everybody's attention.
Okay.
So post Me Too.
Yeah, again, this alleged. These are the allegations, alleged.
Right.
Well, as soon as it's post Me Too, I don't know about everybody else, but so much seems like just trying to put yourself into the story and be famous.
Yeah.
And it.
So he wasn't in the Spider-Man movie because he was too busy getting laid or apologizing for getting laid?
But so anyway, so he's writing a check, right? Obviously for basically paying these off. And my upstream is total garbage, guys. I don't even know if it's worth it, but I'll stick around a little bit more.
Well, maybe restart or something. I want to first say hello to Ashley Lynn. She's one of the ladies of Rogue. She has a channel. She does streams. Guys, please make sure to check her out. And if we could put her link in the chat, that'd be awesome. I also want to go back to Eric K. What is up with the porn bots attacking? Well, it's Mad's browsing history.
We're talking about sex addiction too, apparently.
Yeah, we are. They were like, what?
No, dude, those are clearly about women. That's not going to be from my browser history.
That's disturbing. Okay, so the one thing I have to say is someone put, 16 is legal age. In a lot of states, 16, you could be 50-year-old guy dating a 16-year-old girl. I still think that's gross. What I do have to say is if he was an actor with another actor, I'd be fine with him getting laid. But this is a teacher with students. That crosses. It depends. Well, it does. It depends on what this, you really have to understand the situation. But if he used that for younger girl, you know what I mean? There could be an issue with that.
I still want to know the situation.
But it's an acting school, though. It's not like he's in high school. He's not teaching at a high school.
Yeah, this is university.
But still, you're using a position of authority.
But is he really using it? That's what I want to know, because when there's men in that are famous, attractive, people will end up, women will flock to them. So like, did he use it to get them, or did they actually just he's cute and successful and come up to him?
Well, I mean, he is James Franco, so come on, I get that too. Sean, you have a valid point. Like this whole thing, like to me, like I'm in recovery. Addicted to narcotics and alcohol, and even I'm supposed to not judge. I'm supposed to not look at somebody else's recovery and say, okay. But when I hear this after an allegation and they're like, I'm a sex addict, like, no, you're a healthy young male that got caught like maybe playing a little bit bad boy in a time where you can't do that anymore. Like Charlie Sheen, like imagine him today.
Another bad boy. Like, what you gonna do? Like when they come after you?
Right, exactly.
What
bad
about
boys,
the
bad
old
boys.
Rock bands. Like, what would have happened to AC/DC or Aerosmith
Kiss.
or Kiss? Like
Ted
Gene
Nugent.
Simmons?
Poison.
Yeah.
Right.
What
Warren.
would have happened to those
In the
guys?
80s.
Yes. Mr. Big.
Fucking Led Zeppelin with their octopus.
Yes. Yes.
Like
Eve
that's
6.
where- and I don't.
Elton John.
I don't like thinking that they're probably making stuff up right away. But we've come to a
George.
point.
Freddie, what's his name?
Mercury.
Yeah, Freddie
George-
Mercury. Like,
He
Yeah.
was swinging both ways. He was getting both sides of that fence.
No, but yeah, you have a valid point, man. Go ahead, man.
What was the Candelabra guy?
Liberace.
There you go.
Yeah.
what about those monks that had an album that one time in 1993?
Oh yeah, the
monkeys,
What's
yes.
it called?
No, the monks.
Oh, yeah.
The monks.
Oh my God, yes, I remember that.
You
And
know
then
they
you
were
had
just
Enya.
slaying.
You had Enya.
Enya slaying,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
slaying the tune
Yeah.
out there.
But you know what?
From
Who's
Ace to base. There's another.
Ace Base?
Yeah,
well,
absolutely.
Yeah.
They'd be
turn
going
around.
to.
Wilson Phillips.
Hold on for
they'd
one
be
more day.
playing on stage in front of all these people. Everybody's looking at them, and then at the end, women would throw themselves at them. Like they didn't have to do a single thing except stand there. So were they using their power or what?
You didn't even have to write good music
Stop being serious. Because I think Stevie Wonder, the only reason why he never had a problem with this Me Too thing is because he was so easily it was so easy to get away from him. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. Have you ever seen the one where he catches the microphone that's
Yeah,
falling?
Vigilante was throwing softballs at him not too long ago. Wasn't he, or something?
Yeah. Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective for $5. Scott, tell Walton he needs his roofie bots to chill out. Yeah. Thank you.
By the way, Scott, don't badmouth Mr. Big.
Oh no, Summer?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Summer. Sorry. I don't want her to get mad at me. Tommy, thank you always for supporting the channel, brother. I really appreciate it.
It's actually winter, Scott, right now. It's winter.
Summer, can we read his whole statement? Let's listen to it all the way through, and then let's judge him, very severely.
The Franco explains part?
Yeah. He's
all right.
mansplaining.
All right. Here we go. The natural human instinct is just to make it stop. You just want to get out in front of it, and whatever you have to do, apologize, get it done. But what that doesn't do is allow you to do the work, to look at what was underneath, like whatever you did. There's probably an iceberg underneath that of behavior, of patterning, of just being blind to yourself that isn't going to be solved overnight. So I've just been doing a lot of work, and I guess I'm pretty confident in saying 4 years, and I was in recovery before substance abuse, and there were some issues that I had to deal with that were related to addiction. And so I've been, I've really used my recovery background to kind of start examining this and changing who I was.
He is
Are
all
you
over the place.
stuttering? Because I only see "and" occasionally.
No, there's a
you
bunch
like-
of ends in there. He starts the sentence with "and." He starts it with
All right.
"and."
Unless he's getting turned on by a hole in a couch cushion, I don't buy that he's got a sex addiction.
I'm sorry. Hold on, Steven. Are you bumping the mic every time you say "and"? Because I hear
Sounds
a
like
lot.
it.
I'm
right?
sorry. I'm frustrated, Matt. I'm sorry. I'm on the stop.
What with English? I get it. It can be tough.
You know who I'm not frustrated with? eHacker, one of my favorite channels. The dude is so supportive to newer and smaller content creators. One of my favorite things, he loves Amber Heard. Loves Amber Heard. So my man in Japan, thank you for being a great guy.
Entertainment hacker, awesome.
Yeah, really good dude. Really good dude.
Been around for years. Good to the community.
Yep.
Please subscribe to eHacker.
Yeah, please, guys, please. And he says it's just passing by 9 a.m. here working. He's in the future, everybody. He's in the future.
Yeah, he's seen it, and it doesn't get better.
Yeah.
He lives in a place where they have vending machines where you can buy panties.
That's true.
Online strips. Yeah. Online strips without clothing. Like, okay, you got Mr. Bot. You got your thing up there. Could you please stop?
Wow. No, they didn't get their thing up there. Thank God. And that's a Franco problem.
Right. All right. So can Walton maybe finish this or?
Sure.
Okay.
Want me to. Okay.
All right.
Do you remember where you left off? There was a lot of ands.
Yeah. And Franco also revealed that he's battling sex addiction and has been in recovery since 2016. That's a bullshit excuse for anything. It's such a powerful drug, he says, of sex. And I got hooked on it more than 20 years. I'm sorry. Okay.
Well, let me ask you: is a guy who beats off like 3 times a day a sex addict just by himself?
Thing is bullshit.
Is that like freebasing?
There's nymphos out there, guarantee that. But like that's like less than 1%.
Yes.
Sex addiction is not a thing. Either you like it or you don't. Some people don't like to have a lot of sex. Some people don't choose to have sex. Some people have a lot of it.
So what I will say,
watch The League?
Say that, Immortal.
They showed sex addiction.
It sounds like somebody in his personal life had a problem with how much he was engaging in sex.
Right.
And he has been made to apologize.
Yes, he's
This is not something he
wants.
wants to do.
Right.
This does not sound like something honest. It sounds like he's wiggling around the question. He's like,
Right.
well,
Wiggling, all right.
Well, can I, and there's another thing. So using the term sex addiction, like usually it's a mental health or a self-esteem issue. Definitely when it comes to women that sleep around a lot. And I'm not judging. I'm not saying, what I'm saying is somebody, a lot of the time it is a self-esteem thing, even with men, self-esteem, mental health. The idea of sex addiction, maybe having a lot of sex with random people is a, symptom of the disease, but I don't believe it is. Yeah, I don't know. But I don't know what this symbol is. I'm guessing it's Japanese, and I appreciate you, brother. So entertainment hacker for 120 Japanese.
Yen.
Yeah, no, yen's Chinese, isn't it?
How is it?
Yeah. Mr. Grant Gregory for an Australian $5. Accuser Gala got the same agent Sam Fox as Daniel Kaluuya, who was also nominated for Best Actor same year as Franco. How a no-name actor gets A plus reps. So did they leverage this and get his representation? Is that what he's trying to say to us right here? Like, did this person sleep with Franco and get representation? I don't know. And we'll talk about that after this. Eric K for $5. It is not Walton that is sexy addicted. It is the tree in the backyard. He is just helping so it does not go through withdrawals. That is so sweet of him. Okay. It's Jens. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, everybody who has donated in Super Chat and Super Stickers. Thank you so much. All right, let's get through his statement, but I want to get back to this idea of, prid pro quo. Is it prid pro quo?
It's such a powerful.
Did I say it right? Okay, go ahead.
Such a powerful drug, he says, of sex, and I got hooked on it for more than 20 years. It's an insidious part. I know, Yeti. I know. That's all right. And it's an insidious part of that is that I stayed sober from alcohol all that time. And I went to meetings, all the time. I even tried to sponsor other people. And so in my head, it was like, oh, I'm sober. I'm living a spiritual life. Where on the side, I'm acting out in all these other ways, and I couldn't see it. You keep going, or you want to break that down?
Well, yeah, no, bro, because like that's one of the I'm sure Scott can speak on this. Like one of the things about AA, for instance, right? Mm-hmm. It's taking that focus, that addiction off of one thing and kind of putting it on another, right? Whether it be
in a way. It's at the beginning, definitely.
Yes.
So you're taking your addiction and you're saying to the group, I am powerless against this. Please help me. I need something more. Like for me, I lost faith in God while I was an addict. So when I got to the rooms, I put my faith in the people there. So you have to believe in something greater than yourself in a 12-step program. So.
Yeah. But I mean, the point is eventually get to the place where you're focused and you're addressing the actual problem rather than the symptoms of the problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, what he's saying here, like Peter Rollins, one of my favorite theologians and philosophers, he's from Ireland.
Here we go.
He talks about like how we're all haunted houses filled with the ghost of those that we have hurt, that have hurt us, that we've done wrong, and that we've lost. And if you don't grieve them, if you don't address them, like truly address that grief that you hold on to, it's going to manifest in different ways, and you're going to see it like it's going to become like a poltergeist almost, right? So you have to let these things go. You have to truly grieve these ghosts that we all have, right?
Right. And so that's like step 4, 5, 6. I'm sorry to interrupt, but that's what like 4, 5, and 6 are. You take a deep look at yourself and make a list of everything all your wrongs, and then try to apologize where you can, or make amends. Excuse me.
The second option is going with Walton roofies. It'll make you forget.
It'll help you get off something.
Man, I was interested in what you were saying. Go
ahead. Please go ahead, man. Seriously, please finish what you said.
Yeti's horrible joke threw me off.
Yeah, it was terrible. I'm sorry to have him on, guys.
No, I don't know, man. It just sounds like he's like, like, oh, I'm sober, I'm living the spiritual life, but I'm banging every chick I see,
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, I mean, okay, I get putting your energy into something else. Sex is not a bad thing if you're not, with a.
Maybe he thought he was doing tantra.
I don't see how that is. I just don't see how it's an addiction.
Well, let's put it this way. An addiction usually is something you do repeatedly that the outcome is negative on your life.
Okay. So like if you have been abused or something, or you've gone through some type of abuse and you're working that trauma through sexual activity. Yes. Okay. I can see that.
Right. Not even just that, like drug addiction, you lose your job, you lose relationships, but you keep doing it because it's insanity. It's an addiction. Right. So was he having sex with all these people, and it was actually ruining other relationships, destroying his career. I mean, yes, it destroyed his career once #MeToo started, but like while he was doing it, like for a lot of these guys, I bet you if #MeToo came out and they said, we're going to leave you all alone, just stop doing what you were doing prior to this, all of them would be like, all right, most of them would be like, I'm done. I won't do it anymore. Like an addiction would be, no, I'm sorry, I can't stop.
Time profit, absolutely. Gummy bears, being addicted to those is worse.
And so this is where. Go ahead.
I was just saying,
you guys suck.
I can kind of relate to the idea of sex addiction because there was a period of a couple years before I met my girlfriend that I wasn't addicted to sex, but I was addicted to not being alone. Like I would rather be with anyone than have to spend a night within my own head with my own thoughts. And so I would just be moving from chick to chick, and I would be able to really put myself in a place to where I was very in the moment, right? Like the whole like nothing else exists but this very moment. And so when I'm there, I'm fully in. But as soon as I'm done, and it's the street lights are starting to go out because the sun's coming up, I'm already over it and I'm already ready to go and move on. So that, again, it's a symptom of what was happening with you. Right. Again, so it wasn't the sex. It wasn't I was addicted to sex. I was, more or less addicted not to being on my own. Gotcha. Well, and then I want to know how this is actually different than the current Tinder culture, because you've got the top 10% of guys just absolutely slaying. 80% of the women on there go for the top 10%, and so they don't need to settle for anyone. So
smaller than that, by the way.
That's mammal programming. That's just what primates are.
Yeah. But that's all based on just attractiveness, and so the most attractive guys on the platform, that every single night they could find someone new. Good way of putting it. Is that a sex addict, or like are they taking advantage, or are people like going to them?
Or it's fun.
The other side of the definition of addiction is if it's causing problems for other people.
Yeah.
And that's my hypothesis here. Somebody attached to James Franco is having a problem with it and making him march around and do his apology tour.
Right. Well, they're probably forcing him because of Me Too right now. It's probably a publicist.
I'd like to hear from Culture. I want to hear from Culture. He's been quiet.
Coyle is 100% right, though.
Yeah.
I mean, and Yeti was right when he brought up, the culture that we're in. It's biologically driven. I'm sorry. Your attractiveness and vice versa is there's pheromones involved. There's a whole lot of chemical reactions that take place, meet a stranger across a crowded room thing. That's the first step. The second step is everything else. The problem is that we've gotten to our basest desires as a society, unfortunately, because of some of these social media things that allow for, that superficial contact to be the governor for everything else. Right? In the old days, I mean, one of the reasons that you were told to wait wasn't just the archaic, religious reasons and all of that. It was because, if for anything to have any form of longevity, it has to be based on something more than, the superficial.
Yeah, than that fleeting moment.
Right, and that's the problem is right now this culture, this satisfaction culture, which is immediate gratification, is 100% based on the superficial, which is why when we talk in depth about comic representation in the films or the lack thereof or these other things, the depth to which these characters are deconstructed, destroyed, whatever, it's because they're put together in a particular way, and the powers that be try to deconstruct them based on their superficial understanding, which is their weakness, right? Yeah. So we should pity the woke. I'm sorry.
I'm with you, dude.
You should have great pity for these people because they honestly they are so inside themselves. They don't even recognize their narcissism, but they are so within themselves that they cannot get beyond that. And so if they can't see themselves in a character, that's the definition of narcissism. Right. Because they only want to see what makes them happy and comfortable. And again,
they do self-inserts because that's all they can imagine.
Right, because, and again, and this is the biggest problem is you have the attractiveness of Hollywood and any kind of, performance media like that is driven. Or the people that are into that are driven to that. The narcissists are going to be there. There's these big, and that's why narcissists mixed with a little bit of sociopath.
I was just about to say that
gives you an executive at a corporate level. It gives you a Jack douche nugget from Twitter. It gives you the Mama Susan. It gives you
the president.
Ted Bundy.
Yeah, It's every president since the 1940s has been a fucking sociopath. So I'm just,
narcissistic. Who was it? Vidal. Like, didn't he say as soon as someone declares themselves running for president, they should be they should be discounted immediately.
That's why George Washington is so amazing because they wanted him to stay. He's like, no, this is too much power. Dude, I'm going to step down. I don't want to do this.
The man won a war and handed back the reins of power to the people. He's one of the only ones in history that did that. So Eric K for $5 said, little did I know I would tune in to hear Mads talk about being fully in a lady. I didn't think this conversation was going to go this way. I do want to at least get down to when he's talking about, because I don't want to be on this all night. I want to get down to where he's talking about Rogan. So, the only thing I want to say is while you find that, Steven, find the Rogan part. I want to say that if these girls did it and they regret it, that's your mistake. Yeah. But if they at all felt pressured and felt like they didn't have the ability to speak up, that's his fault. But if they knew that he was, it's a job or this or not, you could still say no. If you decided to sleep with him for a job, you decided to do that. Well, it's not like I don't know.
Again,
are you selling your soul?
Well, just trading favors for an advancement.
No,
this is what we need to know about the entire story.
Right.
Is it because he was pressuring based on his position, or were people coming to him?
Look, you're paying somebody to go to their acting school, and then they want to get down with you. That's there's all kinds of weird bad juju in that.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay, that's still bad. But if somebody's coming up to you, and you're successful, and they just want you, are you a bad person for saying yes?
Wait. Okay.
Very good question.
If you're in the position of an educator in any form of culture, you have to say no.
Yeah,
you should. Well, but I mean, he's a young man, right? Young man, successful.
That's not an excuse.
And he's also way older than these parties, dude.
And he could also, right, culture, he can go somewhere else and get laid. Like, he doesn't have to shit where he eats.
Yeah, there's like 25 places in freaking, go to the whiskey, man. You get crazy laid.
I don't disagree with anything you just said. I'm just
seriously, you go to the whiskey a go man. Any night, and dude's gonna get plowed. Or,
right.
Plowed,
1968.
Yeti, what's your position on this? If you disagree,
no. I don't disagree with what you guys are saying. I'm just saying, like, if he's there, he should be saying no because he's the teacher. But if all these women and it's Hollywood taking acting classes, so you probably have attractive women coming up to you, and you're famous. Now, if he's going up to them, it's immediately wrong. Like, okay, so you're in the wrong, but they're coming up to him.
He's still in a place of power.
He should say no, but if he doesn't, is it still like that wrong? He should, but do you see what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
The ultimate position of power in the United States is in the executive branch. You are the president of the United States. It's always the same personality types from Kennedy onward, where you were just going to slay whatever walked through the door. And I guarantee you that if there's functioning brain cells in the existing executive branch, that probably would happen also. But right now, that may be the least of our worries. Whereas,
and he built a tunnel just for Marilyn Monroe.
I'm just saying. I mean, Clinton right now, if anybody's going to get Me Too'd, it should be that dude. That dude was just slaying it while he was, in or out of office. It didn't matter. But again, people are attracted to power and authority and these other things, right? It takes great restraint. Again, this is why character matters, right? When it comes to these positions of power, we should care about the character of these people, right? Because ultimately that character wins out. It shines through. It's reflected in all their decision-making processes. And you know what? I'm sorry. You can be the smartest person in the world, but if all you're doing out there is slaying, you got some problems. And what's one of the things that might hold back like a great mind like Elon Musk, right, is because his options are open, right? And so he gets in trouble with because of Entertainment Hacker's favorite person. Right, that might actually cause him some issues in the future.
Right,
because
isn't it actually like it's causing issues currently?
I mean, the dude, he just had a baby with a pretty smoking hot chick, right? He's a dad, and I have mad respect for this man. He is a businessman's businessman. He went out and he brain drained the entire engineering field, all of them. All the engineering fields are now working for Elon Musk, the best and the brightest, right? And so I respect him from that for that. I respect a lot of the things that he says. He went on with I don't know if you guys have seen it yet. The Babylon Bee interview that he did, which was straight up not satire at all.
Oh, it wasn't.
He was spitting freaking fire for 58 minutes. If he talked to him for an hour and 45, they cut it down to 58 minutes. You should be watching that at some point.
Well, no, watch this right now, please.
Yeah, no, watch us. But I mean, during your Christmas holiday, like I was saying, find a way to watch some of that, or if not all of it.
That wasn't Elon, right?
Elon,
the phallic shaped spaceship was Amazon.
That's Bezos. No,
that's Bezos.
Bezos.
He's making fun of him having that picture up.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah, he's like
he's amazing troll.
All
right, let's.
By the way, just last thing, it affects all kinds of things. It doesn't just have to be that. Like with Musk, like look at R.R. Martin. Like his options are open, and the last thing he wants to do is write that fucking book.
Well, his options aren't open for getting like on top of things.
All right, can we please read this? Thank you. Let's stop talking about that. 39 people in the chat. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Let's talk about Seth Rogen. I love you, J.R.R. Martin.
Why are we talking about
Seth
Rogen?
Name. I forgot it.
All right, Seth Rogen. I want to hear what he says about his boy that threw him under the bus.
During the interview, Franco also addressed comments that made by longtime friend and frequent co-star Seth Rogen, who told Sunday Times earlier this year that he had not worked with Franco since 2018, and I do not plan to right now. He was asked about me, and I just want to say I absolutely love Seth Rogen because a lot of people come up to me like I love Seth Rogen. I worked with him for 20 years. We didn't have one fight for 20 years, not one fight. He was my absolute closest friend, collaborator, says Franco of Rogan, whom he met when the two were cast in Freaks and Geeks in 1999. And we just gelled. And what he said was true. We aren't working together right now, and we don't have any plans to work together. Franco continues. Of course, it was hurtful in context, but I get it. He had to answer for me because I was silent. He had to answer for me, and I didn't. I don't want that, and so that's why it's one of the main reasons why I wanted to talk to you today. I don't want Seth or my brother Dave Franco or anyone to have to answer for me anymore. Let me keep going.
This is where we need to know
about
exactly
time he
what
stood
happened.
up. Right.
Well, he had to wait until after legally it was settled.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, he would not be able to say anything. But
yeah.
Okay, so if the allegations are true, just assuming that, then you could see Seth Rogen's side.
Can I say
if
something?
they're not true,
Yeah.
then the guy's just an absolute dick that is playing into the current Me Too movement. That it's just bullshit.
Culture.
Like, Aziz Ansari, like, what happened? He had a bad date.
Right.
But this has been settled since February. I know you guys don't know that because it's probably not in this story.
Oh no, we saw that a couple 100,000 to each girl, right? Not in the story, but we saw it in the chat.
No, so going back, this thing got settled in February. So now we're hearing about it, or we're talking about it in December.
Yeah, I wonder he's trying to get a project back up and running. That's why.
Have to. Dude can do his own projects. He doesn't need anybody.
That's true.
That's the thing.
That's true.
He's in a position. He's in a position to write, direct, produce, pay for making his own shit. Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, and I mean, he is like the Adam Sandler of his particular, sector of entertainment.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler doesn't need any fucking buddy else. He just goes out, makes his shit. At the end of the day, one of the reasons you look,
people keep giving him money.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the other thing. You don't even have to use your own money. You just go out and say, you know what, I'm going to make a project, and everybody and their mom's going to stand in line to give you a bucket of money so you can go make your shit.
This might be the issue because of the Me Too allegations. People don't want to be associated with him, so he's trying to.
He'll still get some people. But
you're so wrong, though, YetiCast. I promise you, if he wanted to make a project and he needed money, he would get it. I'm just telling you, I know how this works.
Oh no, I know you do. Let me ask you a question. Don't you think though there are certain people like, look, do the apology tour, and then we can do X job.
So we can get back up to the elite level.
Yes,
sure.
He could get the money, but it's not from the right people. He wants the money from the right people.
No, you don't care. Okay, so I understand what you're saying, right? He wants to have Screen Gems next to his name or fucking Warner Brothers or some shit. I get that, right? But what it doesn't matter where it comes from. You'll take money from A24. It's not going to be whatever you're making. Doesn't have to be break the bank big budget. It can be a $20 million serviceable project, and you'll be right back on top, and you'll have a big fucking payday. Because believe me,
he'll have to spend a couple of years working with Edward Norton and the rest of those outcasts of Hollywood.
Like those outcasts are fucking rich as fuck, and you know what?
Yeah, they are
good.
To this very day, the most toxic masculine motherfucker out there, his name's Clint Eastwood. Fucking Warner Brothers writes him a $60 million check when he says, I want to do a movie about farting out loud and maybe crying afterwards.
Right. I want to do a movie about a cranky old man on the porch, and it freaking killed it.
Well,
if you saw him direct that, it would be like the greatest fart in human history. You'd be crying at how much emotion.
And it would make $2 million.
One at a time.
Spent $60 million on it. Yeah, because it's called Cry Macho and it sucks ass.
Well, Blue Eyed. Oh, go ahead, man. Who is?
Oh no, Clint Eastwood as a director.
What? He has Blue Steel. Every look.
So I mean, just like recently, obviously, like Unforgiven is a masterpiece.
Dude, he was great in Gran Torino. I loved him in that.
Yeah. But since then, man, it's been.
Yeah, I haven't really watched a lot.
No. But Motherless Brooklyn, though, I was going to bring that up. It's a really, really good like noir movie. Like I love that movie. It's with Edward Norton and everyone else who can't get a job in Hollywood right now.
Nice.
Everyone
that needs to go to sleep. Yeah, he needs to lay down. He needs to go on vacation. Yeah.
All right, so let's read this. We got Blue Eyed Roof Korean, the Based, for $5. And he says, if these Hollywood types were not lying, they would burn down everything around them for the truth. I may not agree with Rose McGowan, but I admire her. And I agree with you on that.
That's the truth, yeah.
She is not scared to tell her truth. Her truth.
I hate that. It's the truth.
Yeah.
But
Like,
it's her truth.
But their perspectives involved.
Her perspective of what I'm saying is she is not scared. How am I supposed to know what the truth is if I'm not really involved? What I will say is I believe her over most of Hollywood.
Yeah.
So, but her truth seems to be the real truth to me, but I'm not going to say, I can't definitively say it is the truth.
That's the tough part. Like with all this, it's so hard to know what story is being factually told without embellishment. Like what literally happened, rather than somebody trying to add in a little embellishment to make themselves come out better.
Well, you know what the beauty. Well, you know what the beauty of, like, okay, so this all happened behind the scenes, but when actors are able to write stupid shit on Twitter, it helps you realize how much of douches they really are. And yes, she's old. Yes, she's not in our fandom, but Bette Midler apologizes for dissing West Virginia in outburst at Joe Mancini.
I like that
Manchin.
back in the day.
Dude,
I like
she's a scumbag. Did you read her tweet?
No.
It's
I don't
probably
follow
in this
Bette.
article.
Okay.
I didn't know what the tweet was.
Well, let me tell you what it is. So Bette Midler. Okay, so if you don't know Joe Manchin, he is a West Virginia politician who pretty much helped stop the Build Back Better bill that Biden was pushing for. It took 51. It wasn't just him, but he was the deciding vote, and he crushed this $2 trillion that none of us were going to pay for. Medicare benefits, all this stuff. So Bette Midler went to Twitter and said, what #Joe Manchin, who represents a population smaller than Brooklyn, has done to the rest of America. Who wants to move forward, not backwards, like his state is horrible. He sold us out. He wants us all to be just like his state, West Virginia, poor, illiterate, and strung out.
Whoa.
That's what they think of us.
Hard.
Wow.
Yeah, but
By the
She
way,
just shit on an entire state.
yes.
Wow.
By the way, this is almost as absurd as AOC talking about how we should get rid of the Senate because it favors like minority over majority. That's not democratic. You have no idea what you're talking about.
It's in the fucking Constitution.
Oh my God.
I don't even know how she got in there.
There is a reason why we do not allow the majority, strictly the majority, to make all these decisions. Like,
Yeah,
because you're going to have people that are from Brooklyn and New York dictating what life is like for people in West Virginia, whether they're poor, illiterate, and strung out or not.
Yeah, in the middle, because that's the genius of electoral college. The people in the middle of the country that have less population don't get dictated to. There's issues in California where you got small populations, but because the way they're being run, they're told they're not allowed to use their own water to water the plants because it's got to go to the big city. So their stuff ends up dying just for the elites.
Well, and it's worse than that. But I mean, what did you just say, Matt? I want to shoot the shit out of that. Oh wait, you were trying to regurgitate some bad information about West Virginia. According to statistics, West Virginia is more literate than New York or California, just so you know.
Why the fuck are you attacking me, Culture?
I think he's absolutely right, Mad. He should attack you.
Fuck up.
There's never a wrong time to attack Mad.
There is never a wrong time to attack Mad. That was awesome. So Midler's fans and critics clap back against the stereotyping. So she's doing exactly what they blame all of us for doing.
Oh, absolutely.
They always use these words like stereotyping, racist, sexist, gender phobic, but truly they're the ones who can't deal with anybody who's outside their bubble. And then they put us all in a group, West Virginia.
That is the extremist point of view, though, Scott, because when you are an extremist and you're thinking everyone outside of your bubble is an extremist because they stand against what you believe. I know I put "I'd." Sorry.
It's fine. That's fine. So she had to respond. Okay. And her apology is great. I apologize to the good people of West Virginia for my last outburst. I'm just seeing red. Joe Manchin and his whole family are a criminal enterprise. Is he really the best West Virginia has to offer its own citizens? Surely there's someone there who has the state's interest at heart, not his own.
Or maybe he read the bill and saw how damaging it would be, and that like most of it's not related to actually helping out
building back anything. Right.
Well, she's a singer and an actress. She knows better than a politician.
I want this criminal enterprise bullshit.
Well,
let's see some
sounds slander. Let's see the receipts, because that's slander in my book. What were you going to say, Immortal Coil?
I would be curious to know how wide a margin Joe Manchin won by, because if the majority of
somebody find that
for him, then just because she has a beef with the motherfucker doesn't mean that West Virginia agrees with her.
Oh, not only that, and that's the thing. She is dumb as a box of doorknobs, because the reason being, she doesn't realize West Virginia needs coal mining to exist, right? And your green new fucking bullshit smoke fucking pipe filled dream is gonna fuck the coal industry right in the ass. So he is thinking about his home state, you stupid.
Yeah. He has to, because Obama did the same thing. One of my best friends in the world, dad owns a coal mining business. Obama decided that coal in America, even though it's cleaner than Chinese coal, we couldn't use it anymore. But yet they could burn dirty ass coal from China.
The worst part about the Chinese coal is like 30 minutes after you use it, you're like, I need more
coal. Heat again.
Oh, mad fire, baby, fire.
Isn't this like the whole hypocrisy of it all? Like they don't understand. If you get rid of that coal, there's no more power. Like if you get rid of the oil, the entire country is done. Like it comes to a standstill.
But in 30 years, Yeti, they will have the nuclear plants at capacity to support the current needs of the United States. Not 30 years from now needs, by the way.
I thought they were trying to ban nuclear, even though that's a cleaner solution.
Nuclear is brand new good.
All of a sudden again?
Now it's good?
The extreme left was kicking it the fuck out the door for like 40 fucking years. And they're like, let's bring it back again, because friends and
let me speak for a second. You know what?
Nuclear power plants. Like that's something we should all get behind.
You know what I find
greener than everything else.
Yeah, you know what I find funny is that green energy. There was this beautiful couple acres lot near where I work, and to make it green, they cut down all these beautiful trees and put up solar panels. So they destroyed acres of trees to put up their solar panels. What do you think? Do you know what they need to do to get lithium?
Oh my God, yeah.
Have you ever seen a litthim pit?
Yeah.
No, I haven't actually.
Look it up. Here.
Yeah.
Can you look it up, culture, and we'll share that.
All not essential minerals. There's a different word. But all the minerals required
you're talking about rare minerals.
Yeah, the rare minerals, like they devastate the land. Like they go into Africa and just rip it apart and to put this together. And then once those cells are done, they don't decompose for like 100,000 years.
Exactly.
It's toxic.
Yeah, so the new like lithium's the new blood diamond. Mr. Grant Gregory for Australian says Betty belittle beloved bloke who battles build back better but badly bitchy blindside.
Hell, brother.
$5 well spent.
This is a lithium pit mine, guys. This is a lithium pit mine.
Yeah.
That's great for the planet.
Wow.
No, actually, it's not.
Oh, it's not?
Yeah, no. Look, any of these things, from the rare minerals that we were talking about, rare earth minerals is what it's called, from that's fucking pain in the ass, but lithium, there's a whole lot of stuff when they strip mine to get it jacks up ecology like you wouldn't even possibly believe.
What do they do to repair that damage? I mean,
they don't.
Thing.
They keep the dirt and then they put it right back in. It's like digging a hole anyway.
I mean, it looks like Isengard, after the trees were destroyed.
First of all, Matt.
Nerd.
That's not true.
Anyway,
shit.
That's insane, dude.
Everything literal tonight.
I would too. I think Mad's being an asshole.
Toxic lake in 1,000
I'm having fun. Mad was mean on my show today.
Yeah, I think he's a little sensitive tonight. Culture. I think he's sensitive. So, could we say that's at least 3 to 4 football fields down? easily.
Oh, no, way more.
Oh, easily.
That has to be like a mile.
This
Buildings
is
to the left. You can see
each one of those things is a massive road for
haulers.
for
Yeah.
the vehicles.
And they're
Right.
massive.
Yeah, for
right?
those huge trucks.
That's disgusting, dude.
I think Bane is the only person that ever escaped that pit.
Yeah, that's because he was born there. He was
He was born in the
made
dark.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
Molded
I
by
was
it.
born in lithium.
And guess what they need to mine that? Oil. Like this
Get out.
is not
Diesel,
this is
baby.
not as clean as what they think it is. That's the insane
No,
part of it.
Well, you're
So
talking about
there's
facts
so-
versus feelings, Yeti. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
So miserably uninformed. It is frustrating. I have these conversations all the time. I'm like, you realize that one of the reasons they want you to recycle your PC is because of all the stuff in it that's freaking valuable as all hell.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's a lot of gold components.
Oh yeah, I mean you've got all kinds of stuff in there. Here's another. I got another picture. I'm gonna whoop out.
All right,
And
while
your
you're doing
cell
that,
phone.
let me
Look
just
at
read this. Blue-eyed Roof Korean, the base for $5. I love you, man. Thank you. A suggestion: don't let people apologize, delete tweets. Make them carry their yokes and crosses for eternity.
yeah.
Never forget, forgive.
Keep relinking
They'll
them.
do it. They do it to you. They
I
would.
disagree.
They would. I'll be
I
right back.
disagree.
So keep talking.
No, we should always
No, I
should
just-
embrace forgiveness.
Oh, we should
You should embrace forgiveness,
Yeah,
absolutely,
if somebody
because-
asks for it, if somebody asks for forgiveness, we should absolutely grant it, right?
Yes.
But if you're an unapologetic asshole who doesn't, turn your fucking shit around and say, you know what, I was wrong, I apologize. Nah, man, fucking wear it. And that's, I'm sorry, that's not vengeance. That's not the wrong. That's not karmically bad. I'm sorry.
That's
Karma-
holding someone accountable.
Karma, yeah, exactly. Karma requires some give and take.
I
That's
don't
the way
want to
that shit
become
works.
what we hate.
Right,
Like that's the
I'm
last
not.
thing where I want to go.
But Yeti, how is that becoming what we hate? Because you can come out against the woke and the super alt lefty crazy fuck people. I'm sorry, gonna be nice. And
Culture's fired up.
Culture's pissed.
I am because you know what somebody makes a mistake, they come out, they say I'm sorry, and they're still yoking you to pieces, man.
Yeah.
I'm talking about something different. I'm saying, you know what, when Mad goes out, makes a bad joke, and he apologizes, you gotta let him
Never
off the hook.
Yeah.
Gotta let him off the hook. When
That's a
Steven
weekly
says something
occurrence.
extra ignorant, which that happens
Happens
about
a lot.
3-4 months. Yeah,
Never
every
happened.
3 or 4 months, he does it. He owns it. Yeah, but he apologizes.
Never
He's-
apologize.
No. That's the thing. It's who you apologize to.
Right.
And that's the thing. People can give you absolution. Your gods, your deities, whatever you got out there, can grant you that as well. But you know what the deities also require? You to own up to
Sacrifice.
your mistake.
Oh,
Yeah.
You have to come clean
Blood
and
of
say,
a
you know
virgin.
what,
Being humble.
I effed it up. I effed it up.
That's why I don't trust anyone demanding an apology because I don't think they deserve it if they demand it.
No,
Like-
just
Yeah,
ask for it. Say, hey man,
Yeah,
don't you
you
think you should
can't
apologize
demand
for
it.
doing this thing?
Yeah.
Also, like, who's deciding what is wrong? Like, what is right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a
Dude,
lot of issues.
Okay, there
in
are
that. It's
certain.
all
But we-
permanent.
Okay, I'm sorry. Is child slavery right or wrong, there, man?
Oh, all right. We can.
We're going
Which
to
country?
Man. Like, my
No,
God,
I'm
like
just-
that's the most
I'm just saying,
extreme
it's pretty. There are
example.
certain things that are-
Could you think of a more extreme example to use to
No,
try to knock down my
no,
point?
I'm trying to give you definitive.
child sex slavery.
Yeah. Let's. I mean, there are.
That's
Obviously,
more
I
extreme.
mean, there was a little
It's
bit
terrible.
more nuance to what I was saying.
Oh,
Matt,
I know.
what were
I
you
was
saying?
sort of-
I wanna-
yeah.
Yeah,
I want
let's-
to hear what he was saying.
You had this weak ass volley, and
Oh
I
man,
freaking
I
drove it
love
at your
this.
face.
I love this.
Hold
Hold on.
Oh,
With such a lazy fucking response too, dude. You know that, man. You've been in the base before with that
I know.
bullshit.
I did it. I
Like,
did it
oh,
on
do
purpose.
you
I
mean
did it on
no
purpose.
shit?
I got exactly what I needed out of you. Thank you.
What?
Okay.
What did you get out of me?
He got love. He got
this
love.
is Thunderdome.
This is one of my best friends, guys.
I can't stand him. All right. So
You're
look
a
how
liar. You're an OC, bro.
we are bros, bro. I love you, man.
Look,
That's how you know you're friends.
Summer?
When you talk shit to their face, not behind their back.
I'm in here for a minute because I got to get going. I only came in here because Scott was like, Steven can't read.
Yeah,
And
it was
so
true. That is absolutely true.
I came in here to just to lend my support. I even offered to read, but Steven's like, I'm gonna fish where I started.
I was gonna finish it.
TikTok. Somebody's
I
on
like
TikTok.
fired up
He's an
culture.
Elroy voice.
He's got balls.
I love you. Thanks, brother.
We're all good friends, and Mad and I occasionally will.
Don't
have
explain
one of these.
yourself. Not for him. Not for
He's
him.
my friend. Fuck.
Okay.
I like this guy.
I'm
We
never
shows
talking
together.
to you again.
I wouldn't. Rogue Disney, what's up?
And his life just got better.
It did. My life did get better. You're right.
I can't quit you. You know what? Let's go play some shirtless volleyball.
What's up, memes? It's been a while, man.
Walton's roofies will help you forget.
I gotta go.
All right, man.
See you, man.
Memes was serving up an amazing stream with Saggy the other day. I was like, you know what? Covering some of the stuff that we already, covered. And, he's all about this non-violent approach to things, and yet he wants to legalize dueling. So, you know what, memes? I need you to
legalize it.
Legalize it.
How's that non-violent? Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Love you.
It's agreed violence.
Agreed?
You agree on it. You agree on that violence.
Somebody's going to end up on the wrong end of that stick, and that's going to be no bueno.
But that's not violence. You're agreeing to a solution between each other.
If you saw Hawkeye season finale, you'll see that swords are awesome.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I'm sorry, yeah, but it's still violent. Boxing's violent. UFC's
They're
violent.
agreeing to it.
Yes,
There's
but it's still freaking violence, knucklehead.
Yeah, do you think somebody can come back and be like, I lost a bout in 2018 and I feel like you owe me something for embarrassing me? Like, this is almost like these women coming back, like regretting something. It's,
like
it's mostly regret. That's what scares me. And the ones, real quick, I'm sorry, Culture, but
you're right.
There's a difference between someone who is actually sexually assaulted and people that are regretting, like the Aziz Ansari thing, or the dude from The Talking Dead, where it was like a bad date and now all of a sudden you're trying to destroy the person's life.
Right. Well, and it's like I said, Vasily Lomachenko, who Bad loves, great boxer, right? And I said the name right that time on purpose.
That was impressive.
Right? Yeah. Now, if somebody comes back in a couple of years and says, that guy whooped my ass, it was embarrassing, I need, restitution. Well, I'm sorry, you walked in there in the first damn place, right? Mm-hmm. Anyway, I'm going to see you guys later. I love you.
Yeah, thanks, brother. Love you, man. And then Walton's going to get going too.
Restitution.
Walton, you got to bounce?
Yeah, I got to head out. Thank you guys so much for being here. Please, if this is your first time visiting the channel, please subscribe. Come back. Check out Sporking News Podcast, The Dump on Saturday. Great shows, great panels. Subscribe to all these wonderful people on this panel here. Be good to each other. Suffer no fools. Wash your hands. Wash your ass. Peace.
Later, buddy. Thank God he's gone. Oh, right? Jesus.
Yeti,
the children
do you have things you need?
Table.
Sorry, what?
Adults
do you have things to go do, Yeti?
No, I'm here to the end, man.
So we're not going much longer. We're not going much longer. So just an update for everybody. The next week, probably won't be streaming a lot. My in-laws are here, and go figure. My YouTube headquarters is also the guest bedroom /
You have to sit in there with all your Game of Thrones shit.
Yeah, pretty much. I didn't even think of it that way.
They're like, wow, this is a lot of toys for a grown man.
Yeah.
Why are there so many used tissues on the floor here?
This is why you don't have a 4-bedroom.
Well, that's why I use DuckDuckGo. Delete your browsing history. So, anyways, did any of you guys watch Hawkeye at all? The Matrix?
2 episodes. Couldn't finish The Matrix.
Didn't care about either of those.
Yeah.
No, I've read so much bad press about The Matrix that it seems like it is too meta for meta's sake. It seems like it's going to be more about the Wachowski journey through.
Oh yeah.
Well,
there was parts in
there's
it where I'm like, they're not talking to each other; they're talking to us.
Yeah.
Like the characters.
But they did that in The Matrix. They did do that in The Matrix a bit. But yes, you're absolutely right. So I don't want to spoil it for people. We're going to talk about it next time we're on, because there is I feel like the ending is definitely a discussion for transgenderism.
I'd say spoil it, 'cause I don't think people care. Or do a poll to find out if they actually want to.
We don't have time for polls.
You should do a very special Sporking News podcast just about that.
Yeah, we'll just do that. Did you guys see Spider-Man? Did you guys see Spider-Man?
Spider-Man was awesome.
All right, so does anybody agree that Andrew Garfield should have another shot at it?
Absolutely. He's always been my favorite Spider-Man.
Well, do you know the reason why he was kicked out in the first place? Not because he was doing bad, but he pissed off Sony. So I think it was in Brazil. They told him to get to this promotional event, and he told them no. And they're just they got so pissed off that they're just like, no, we're just going to find someone entirely new. had nothing to do with how successful he was as Spider-Man.
Right. Well, look, it was the writing. He played a fantastic Spider-Man, but his Peter Parker was written completely wrong. Like, Peter Parker isn't the one that, defends another kid against Flash. He's the one getting bullied by Flash. Right. You know what I mean? He's not this cool skater kid. He's a dork.
I did like that they had that moment with him and Flash where, after Peter lost Uncle Ben and like Flash, I thought that was more depth to that character Flash that we've seen in anything else. Right. And I wish they would have paid more to that. Like I wish they would have expounded upon that a little bit more than what they did. But I think there's some really great things that you can take away from both the Amazing Spider-Man movies. Right. Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man being one of the best.
So I'm planning on thoroughly deconstructing the Spider-Man movie on the Savage Show. And I think one of the things that occurred in this movie that a lot of people aren't really thinking about in these terms is that they had to bring in other Spider-Men to sort of legitimize Tom Holland's placeholder space.
Well, he's not strong enough on his own. Like, that's been clear from the start.
They've never let him be on his own.
Well, I think Mad had it perfect right there. Let me just answer this for Tina. Yes, Tina, she is Agent 19, who is Mockingbird. So you are correct. You are correct. Hawkeye's wife. So
everybody got to be an agent. My God.
I did not like the first Spider-Man. Okay, he was great in Civil War. But the first movie, not a big fan. The second movie, hated. And now they come out with this third movie, which I did enjoy. But now they're trying to play off that this was a 3-part trilogy of now we have your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. No one knows who he is.
In the title. It's
like
home.
What it was is what it is they finally fixed their biggest flaw, which Spider-Man wasn't a bitch of Iron Man. He is his own superhero in his own right. And I think Toby nailed that. I think Andrew nailed that. But I don't think and I still don't know if he will, this new Spider-Man, what's his name? I'm blanking all of a sudden.
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland can nail it. I know he loves the part, but is he good enough to be Spider-Man?
Well, some of the issue is how they write him, because he's the butt of the joke and he's not the one making the jokes.
The sarcastic, right?
Yeah, when something funny happens, it's because of his own childhood, not insecurities, but just I guess lack of experience.
Okay, good way of putting it.
Yeah, he'll say something to Dr. Strange. Oh, we're using our fake names. Oh, like he's the butt of the joke, and he's not embracing. He's not actually written as Spider-Man, who's like mouthy and has these amazing quips.
Where Garfield was awesome at.
Awesome at it.
Yeah. Awesome at it.
Deadpool level of fucking
close enough, humor. Right? Yeah, close enough. I'll give you that.
You also got to think that Disney is so out of touch with what teenagers actually are that in trying to create a character that is a teenager and goes to high school with all the diverse hires that they're just writing him terribly.
Right.
And they have to bring in other Spider-Men from other universes to share a common origin story.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, so you guys remember Uncle Ben, right? Okay, good. You remember Power and Responsibility? That's important too. So
but Uncle Ben's not gonna okay. And people were like, well, there is no Uncle Ben in the MCU. That's why. Spoilers, everyone. May says it. Well, yes, there was an Uncle Ben because in one of the movies, I think it's the last one, he had a suitcase with his initials. So why couldn't she be like, what your uncle always told me? But no. It's her.
Charge the vibrator.
The whole
that's the line, right?
Something
the whole
that.
setup is wrong because when he came into the Civil War, he had already learned the whole with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, didn't he say almost? Yes, exactly.
He worded it differently, right? Now I went back and watched it when I got home to see if he says anything about Uncle Ben, but he doesn't. He just says when you have gifts like mine and you don't use them, gets hurt,
right?
Then that's on you.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's what he said, right? This movie was basically him learning that same damn lesson that he already came in with.
Well, he needed the older versions of himself, yeah. But it's like Disney doesn't get this shit about Spider-Man, and I felt like this film was more of a Sony-verse film, and that's why they were able to sort of get away with some of these things. But
I was actually shocked that Sony, if Sony did what I think they did and finally were like, hey, you know, we've been following your lead, even though in these movies it's 75 us, 25, Disney. I think they finally said, like, this is where we're going to nail what our Spider-Man's going to be. Right. Because he is supposed to be a young adult who struggles to get by because he's trying to live in both worlds without, putting people in danger, trying to keep his secret, but also is this amazing hero. And I didn't feel that in the last couple movies, and I didn't really feel that to the end of this movie. And it, like you said, it took Garfield and it took Maguire to make me see that.
Because even now there's a hotline for Avengers that he could call. Yeah, it's gonna be one of the second tier Avengers that are left, like a Falcon or some shit.
That's Captain America, dude.
Or Falcon.
You got to do better, dude. You got to do better.
Least, God forbid, one of the women
on
the team.
I have 20 viewers on Twitch right now. Yeah. Sorry, guys, keep talking. I got to go over there.
He can call Jane Foster. He can call Hawkeye's daughter. Yeah. He can call
any of these
what's
guys,
her name from Wakanda. Yeah, he can call any of them.
Yeah, like, but yeah, I mean, so it even with that, it takes away from his, always under stress because he's trying to balance all of it. He's having to do it all by himself. Well, not really, man. Like, you got to have they got a beeper, right? Avengers beeper or some shit.
There's like a bat phone of some sort.
Yeah.
But I have to say that Garfield, it almost felt, okay, so Maguire was good, but I felt like he's always good. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. And I say all three of them are really good actors. It just depends on the material they're given. But Garfield, man, you knew, like,
broke my heart,
dude. Like, it was almost like he's like, okay, this is my chance to give it what it deserved. And that moment, spoiler, when he catches MJ and looks at her and goes, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "Yeah." And he's like oh my God, dude, the fighting back of the tears, dude, it literally did.
Myself,
I got chills.
Like shit, I let it go. I didn't care, man. I loved it. He's my Spider-Man. So yeah. And all of that was done with such limited amount of screen time. I could have watched an hour of them just sitting around bullshitting about being Spider-Man.
Yeah, or just doing the science shit.
Yeah. Any of that.
I'd
be far more interesting than.
Yeah, a lot.
That's something that's been missing is showing how much of a genius Spider-Man is. Like, Peter Parker's legitimate genius that rivals Iron Man.
Yes,
but we haven't explored that. It's just
barely.
You have the dumb kid who's naive. Like, that's not Spider-Man though. He's a legitimate brilliant mind that can solve things beyond powers.
Like, yeah, I still got to take my girlfriend to go see it, but like I told her, I'm like, you're not ready for this. Like, because she's gonna be a mess when that happens.
Well, see, look at Mark. I'm sorry, brother. Look at what Mark put though. He didn't see Amazing 2, so that magnitude of the catch, like, I didn't even like 2, but it made that scene where he failed.
Yeah.
And then this scene where you see he did something a little bit different, like the way he jumped and he didn't like try to like catch her because he knew he wouldn't do it right. He'd kill her. Like, just knowing that they took that time to set that up from a movie previous, and the way Garfield just nails it.
Nails it.
Well, now I know that's going to happen in the movie.
Well, you shouldn't be listening.
You're welcome, buddy. Spoilers.
I'm gonna ruin it more. Like, when he talks about not pulling his punches anymore, that hits hard.
Oh, right, like, dude. When he's like, I'm pretty much, he's the Punisher.
Yeah, all of that sets
don't
up
say
that
the
moment.
Punisher.
No, I know. We were going to talk about that too. We only got a couple of minutes.
Go off on that in my show, man.
Well, do you mind if we just look? Oh, you know what? Save it for your show because we're going to send everybody over there when we're done here. But we're not done yet, people. And you know what? Time Prophet always says this. Nicholas Hammond is the best. Is that like a TV
Nicholas
70s.
Hammond?
It's like the 70s TV live action Spider-Man where he's like, I'm swinging. You know,
I mean, yeah, okay, fine.
but it's the one you grew up with.
What about Neil Patrick Harris and his
Wasn't he
portrayal
in
as
the
Spider-Man?
show? They
Neil
put him
Patrick
in.
Harris?
Did they really
No.
put Hammond?
The guy that was just mentioned.
Can you look that up?
Nicholas.
No, I heard someone else mention that the guy was.
Okay,
in
you can
some
still look
scene.
it up, dude. Jesus. Thanks for your help. So
No problem.
would you guys like to see, and I don't understand why it would be with Marvel, but would you like to see an Andrew Garfield post this movie, Spider-Man, having to deal, well, listen, dealing with the ramifications of how he didn't hold back his punches. You know what I'm saying? Like now that he like kind of
As long
redeemed
as
himself,
Kurtzman
he
isn't
goes back.
involved this time.
Oh, Jesus. Why'd you have to bring up that name?
He was the one responsible for Spider-Man 2. Like, so as long as he's not involved, bring back Garfield.
Oh, you're right. Okay, Nicholas Hammond was the old guy at the counter at the end. Okay.
It would be interesting to see all the Spider-Men pop back into their universe, and maybe there's like a what if show where they can show the, you know, like, oh my God, I just saw this like dorky ass little kid and he changed my life. And so, what's been going on with Tobey Maguire?
Right. I love Toby in it. Toby, dude, Toby and well, he's mine too because I grew up with him. But Toby and Andrew together, their chemistry was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
And also when Batman came, oh, that was so awesome.
Right.
But when you guys were talking about
came
like
all over MJ, what?
Oh, what? Get a little Wayne. Get it?
I call it my bat symbol.
Skeet. But you know, it was good to see them braining out.
Oh my God.
And being dorks because like that's what I'm looking forward to, even though I don't know what it's going to be like the new Batman movie, because it's supposed to be the detective. And that's what Batman has. The only one that I felt like was an actual detective was the Val Kilmer Batman. Isn't that cool?
Oh yeah, we haven't gone in that.
But I forgot about the Robert Pattinson Batman, but I am probably the one that's looking forward to it the most.
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I'll give the dude anybody a chance. I want to see how it looks.
I keep reading shit about how his Bruce Wayne is patterned after Kurt Cobain, and I cannot get that.
That makes no sense.
Kurt Cobain was a completely different kind of rich guy than Bruce Wayne was.
Yeah, if you're gonna go for somebody back in that day, go for like Rico Suave.
Yeah, Gerardo,
man.
Roth,
you know it.
Anybody.
Yeah.
Dude, the CJH, how have you been, man? For Canadian $2, thank you very much for supporting. Defoe stole the show, and that Rain JJJ scene, though. I would say
if it wasn't for Andrew Garfield, if it wasn't for Andrew Garfield, I would agree. But for me, Andrew took it.
Defoe was amazing how he jumped back and forth from it. It was pretty sweet, man.
By the way,
Yeti, you haven't seen this one yet?
No.
I feel so bad that we're destroying it.
I know. I want to see it so bad.
Go
do you want to help me see it? Go.
I will talk
on
to
my
you.
channel, and so I've got some extra money to go to the theater.
I'll send you something after the show. We have all of a sudden 56 people watching. I don't know. Quick. Is this like wow? Thank you guys.
Scott,
yeah.
Real quick, like when you were watching it, did you have that moment like I did where I was like, "Come on, this is it. Defoe's finally gonna do it," and I thought he was gonna do the whole "There was a spider plane," and he never did.
Yeah, dude.
It's so disappointing, dude.
That
would have
been
been
awesome.
a 10 out of 10 for me if he would have done that. If they would have had the forethought, or if they watched any fucking stream I've been on for the past year where I've made that joke.
I do love people call him Bat Sparkles. Keaton's Batman did some good detective work, with a combination of chemicals and makeup that would cause the death transformation.
I still say bring him back now, do an old man Batman where he's handing down the mantle, and bring in an old Joker. They're just sick and tired of fighting each other, and like show that transition into the Batman Beyond world.
Right. No, that'd be dope.
That'd be perfect. In a video where it should have been Robert Pattinson as Terry McGillis.
Yes.
And fucking Michael Keaton as old man Bruce.
Oh, dude, you did bring that. I remember you bringing that shit up even on a live stream.
Yes.
That was like 3 years ago. So we have 56 people in the chat. Guys, if this is your first time here, please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to hit 2K and then destroy another YouTuber to 3K. So if you can help me out, I appreciate it. And also like, share, and follow everybody on the panel. I really do appreciate it. Pattinson is a good actor.
He can.
He is. Definitely.
I just remember they had to airbrush abs on him for Sparkly Batman. Or Sparkly.
And that's the big rumor, is that he would not work out, and then they had 3 or 4 body doubles to do the fight scenes.
Mm-hmm.
So, my biggest issue was in that trailer where he was trying to do the threatening thing.
Interrogation. Yeah,
that sounded so horrible. But
I could barely understood what he said. I could barely understand what he said.
I couldn't understand what he said.
There was he did not sound threatening. But if you watch his other stuff, like The Lighthouse, God. Like, he is a good actor. He can do threatening. It's just, I don't know why it's not showing up in that trailer.
I think they did a bad, I think it's a bad trailer, if anything. I think that in context is probably going to turn out a little, because I Matt Reeves, I have faith in. I have faith in Matt Reeves, and Robert Pattinson is a good actor. I think that something will come.
There are good actors all through the movie. I mean, Colin Farrell doesn't even look like himself.
Oh my God, the makeup on Colin,
dude.
Oh God,
looks insane.
It's incredible. They better win some awards for that, because the amount that went into turning Colin Farrell into the Penguin, that's exceptional. Oh, it is so good.
Yo, did you see Shang-Chi? Did you see Shang-Chi was nominated for best special effects?
Yeah, what?
Get the fuck out of here.
What?
Yes, bro. That train fight scene, that's as far as I could make it in that movie, was so shit.
That movie sucked.
Man. That could be their new rules where they gotta hit certain quotas in order to nominate, and so they just okay, here's something so we don't get accused.
Wait, who is that?
That's Colin Farrell.
Oh wow! See,
yeah. His makeup is
insane.
It's insane. It's beyond exceptional. It's so good.
Zoe is the only non-actor actress. I mean, technically, she's been in stuff. I get what you're saying, though.
Hot. Holy shit, she looks hot. Damn.
You know, CJ,
that
you're
always
right.
Happens.
Yeah, that always does happen. That the whole. Okay, I kind of watched. My friend Han Line helped me out with the movie because I couldn't make it to the theater. The scene when he's at the very beginning swinging, they land on the bridge. Do they do the whole dude? They do that whole scene?
Yeah.
All right, I missed that. 60 people in the chat. Thank you, everybody. Hit like, subscribe.
I tweeted out the clip from Dude, Where's My Car? I was like, yeah, they did it better.
Yeah. But look at Colin, dude. But Colin Farrell, man, all right, let's take a look at Colin.
By the way, as far as the trailers being different or whatever, it's not always nefarious. Sometimes it's just that they're still editing the movie when those trailers are cut together by a different company than the people that are editing the movie. They're actually, for the most part, there's 2 different companies. Now, Suicide Squad, the 2016 one, they went and got the trailer people to edit the movie because the trailer was so popular that they cut together. So
look at the difference.
Yeah, we were just talking about Batman. They had to cobble together a trailer when there was hardly fucking anything.
I think what was less than 25% of the movie.
Yeah, because Robert Pattinson wouldn't show up to fucking work.
Well, and then the the virus we don't talk about popped off. So, I mean, I get it. But it's been now how long?
At least
how many delays did they do for that movie? There's at least more than 2.
I mean, it's been 2 years at least. Yeah, sure. Dude, Jada Pinkett's makeup in the Matrix movie was
so bad.
Terrible.
I was pissed when she came on screen. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
To go away in general.
Maybe she just took too many loads and they weren't able to get the makeup to stick.
No, did you see the lesbian? You didn't see her lesbian lover?
Yeah,
nobody wants to fire
that. That's Will Smith's wife, right? Who
but in the movie,
with everyone.
What? Yeah, what were you gonna? I'm sorry, I got you covered, man. What are you saying, Immortal?
I said nobody wants to fire her because she used to kick it with Tupac.
Yeah, she did, and they had an open relationship, her and Will. Look, I don't want to spoil the Matrix.
Still together.
Oh, they are, but they have an open relationship.
Yeah.
She has an open relationship. Yes.
Yeah, General Niobe. Yeah, she's allowed to bang whoever she wants, and he has to watch.
Did you see her quote? Like, trying to find love. It was like the most dehumanizing thing. Oh yeah.
Well, you heard about. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, you got to look this up because it's trying to find love while married.
Well, dude, she's the one that slept with. Like, Will Smith brought a rapper home that needed a place to stay, and she slept with the kid.
Makes sense.
You got to find this quote because, I feel bad for Will Smith, and it's just.
Yeah, we're gonna be closing up real soon.
Oh, God damn.
Trying to find love while.
Like, it's so dehumanizing for.
Yeah, like her whole thing was like this. She talked about like, it's so hard to have a sexual relationship with Will Smith. Like,
I don't think anybody wants a sexual.
It was so hard to find love while married. That type of thing. That's the quote.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, husbands really get in the way of you finding love, don't they?
Oh,
what a.
They're okay, so Jada Pinkett Smith admits hostility with May Smith's ex because of their non-sexual trial. I don't know.
You know who I'm most disappointed in is Will Smith's boys. Like, come on, he doesn't have any bros to be like, bro, dude. Like, you need to get rid of this shit. Like,
they keep on talking about all this forward thinking. We're gonna let our children parent themselves.
No, she keeps talking about that bullshit. He goes along with it because he's married to that.
She does them in the Amazon position. Is that what you're saying?
Something like that. All I know is this: we're going to be wrapping it up. I really appreciate the 61 people that are watching right now. You guys are the best. Without you guys, this channel still would be tiny as like Mad's. So I appreciate that. True. But I would like Mad to share the link to the OC live stream we did on Saturday. If you at all like the show, the OC, check out the OC Bros, which we need to turn into a podcast and put on Spotify and stuff, because I think it would work really well like that. Thank you guys. Please subscribe
for that show.
Yeah, please subscribe to everyone. Mortal, are you going on after this?
Yeah, so I'm going live at 6:45 or 9:45, depending on which coast you're at. You can check me out on Twitter, Immortal Coil. We got a lot of good shit today. I'm going to talk a little bit about Punisher. I'm going to go into spoiler territory with Spider-Man, and we are going to talk some Matrix from the perspective of the pit, which is what the writing team calls themselves. So all of this and more from your favorite Immortal asshole.
Well, Immortal, share the link to your live stream so people can jump over there with you.
Yeah, let me get that ready. We still
I
got
would
about
appreciate it.
45 minutes to go on that, but yeah.
I believe I got like 28 people watching live on Twitch right now. So, Mr. Grant Gregory, thank you so much, brother. You could have jumped on. I sent you the link a while ago. To the Twitch guys, please follow me there because I only have 27 followers. I don't even really know how to use Twitch yet, but I'm going to get a Switch, Nintendo Switch. So that might be fun to watch.
Oh no, Yeti hasn't seen the new one. Did you see that in the private chat?
Yeah, no. Oh, sorry, Yeti.
Oops.
Superman did it. Mad, anything you want to drop before we go?
Yeah, dude, we had a great street smarts today. A lot of Russian accents going on during that one. And we'll be back after the holiday, like next Wednesday, maybe. Who knows? We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll be taking Christmas night off, so there might not be a show Saturday. Probably, hopefully, back next Wednesday. And Yeti, anything you want to drop?
Yet, eh?
I'm sorry, everybody. That was embarrassing for us all.
I did that just for Mad.
That was embarrassing for everybody.
I have mad respect for Yeti because, like, I love seeing other people do inside jokes that no one else knows. 100% committed.
Got to give respect.
I did it earlier.
Got to give respect. Thank you to my.
That one was for you, buddy.
No, thank you. I went into this whole thing about H.G. Wells versus Jules Verne's or whatever, and everyone's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I went in 100%.
All right, everybody, check out Immoral Coil. Thank you to everyone who sent a super chat or super sticker. Thank you to my channel members. Hopefully one day Culture will update the list, but until then, this one's for you.
Look, you got that who I have no idea who they are, but that Dr. Anonymous colleague liked what you did. Yeti.
Yeah, look at that.
Awesome.
Yes.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Guys, check out Immoral Coil tonight. Let them know Sporking sent you. God bless you, everybody. Stay safe.